So here's my screencast for Digital Tools 2.0. The more I researched on this one and did the reading and background checks that was provided by the Summer Institute, the more I realized I've already been doing a lot of this. The main tool that I've been using in the past and hope to continue to be able to use is Edmodo. The picture that is shown on screen right now is my Edmodo homepage or profile page. Now, there are different items that are on here. Students that I have enrolled, 62, teacher connections, 11, library items, 21, and sharing scores, 270. That sharing score can be improved based on the number of students enrolled, how many teachers I connect with, and items that I choose to share out to others. Now, in Edmodo, there's a lot of things going on. We have teacher badges that are shown, collections of websites that are used, brief biography on myself, different connections, and being able to invite teachers to come and join you. Now, pressing the home screen at the very top of the page will bring me into a page such as this. This is from my 2012 algebra course that I taught, which was my first attempt at flipping a classroom or to integrate in more of the technology. Now, with Edmodo and with other social networking sites such as Twitter, which I recently joined, Facebook, which I also recently joined for use at the school, we have a lot of opportunities to promote and model digital citizenship and responsibility. In fact, Edmodo has a page or a link available for a poster that can be printed and put up in your classroom that shows different techniques and methods for digital citizenship. A lot of us have the experience already with bad forms of digital citizenship, such as the people who every single thing that they get in their email, they forward it along to everybody that they know. That just becomes a clutter and a hassle for the others and isn't being a very responsible citizen. On my Edmodo page here for this algebra course, you can see that I have on the right different teachers or groups that I have, organizations. On the left in this area, you see connections to different communities. This is EduCreation's community. Allows me to discuss what's going on and to talk with other teachers who use EduCreations. Back to the home page. There's a math discussion board. There's one for each of the main curriculums or content areas. Different classes that I have available. And in the center are posts. I can put a note, an alert, an assignment, a quiz, or a poll. Now the quiz you can set up with different items. Students have ability to download an Edmodo app on their phone. So if you want to start out the class with a quiz, they can just come in, take the quiz, and it will automatically grade it for you except for the free response questions. For assignments, it will appear like what you see here in the middle, that there is a lesson title, a due date, a brief description of what's happening, and then how many people turned it in. This was towards the end of the school year. I was absent. Students were continuing on with their education while I was gone. You can see here 4 students turned in, and hopefully this doesn't violate privacies, but looking at those 4 students that turned in, number of names here, what people did, and their scores. So you can see what's happening with each student and give them a grade. What they were doing was watching a video, as shown in my previous posting, and then had to respond a question on this one. Compare and contrast simplifying rational expressions to simplifying fractions. Also, what are the excluded values of rational expressions? If students answered that, I knew that either they had done the work out of the book or that they had watched the video and gotten their responses. But it allowed me to go through and create an instant grading system. Students could post also, I'm confused, what are you asking here? What do you mean? And I was able to respond in real time. I would sit at home watching TV at night. Students would complete a homework assignment. The iPad would beep next to me And normally within about 30 seconds of them having turned in the assignment, it was graded and ready for me to put into my own grade book. So a lot of things going on here. Also, place where you could post some nice videos, nature by numbers video there, and I had a couple others over the course of the year. You can see you can get quite a bit going in the system. So, but the way to get started with this is to create classes. On the left here, groups, join or create. So I'm going to create a class. My group name, I've already created a couple, but what I will have is Manitou Springs High School, and I'm going to make this be Geometry Spring of 2014 class. Then I select the grade level. Geometry traditionally is about a 10th grade class. Subject area, mathematics. Then subject is geometry, and I create the class. Now when I create the class, on the right hand side here, you can see, not that join, sorry, above it you have this group code. And inside that group code you see the XRO4B2. I give that code to my students, and anybody who, and when they go to log in for a class, they enter that code and they become students in that class. It allows me to post items for them and for them to turn in homework directly to me. So we increase our digital network. The students are able to interact. The nice thing about Edmodo as opposed to Facebook is the students can post to the entire class, or they can post a question directly to me as their teacher, but they cannot post directly to each other. So we'll cut down on the instances of cyberbullying during classroom work. So great tool here, allows the students to work on their own time and allows me to be able to continue to teach them and to work with them even when I'm not in the classroom. So great format, great opportunity to move forward, and look forward to using it in my time here at Manitou Springs.